Welcome back to the show, everybody. Why is crypto going down this morning? In the last 48 hours? Let's roll that beautiful intro and find out.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen, everything that we're talking about here today. And give us a follow on Digital Perspectives on TikTok as well. Growing fast over there. Some incredible highlight reels and clips for you guys. You're going to love it. Right now, we are under $1 trillion market cap for crypto, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look here. It says we are off by 5%, and it was more than 12% yesterday. We are still falling like a manhole cover from the sky. Good morning. It is June 14th, 2022. There's a lot of you that won't forget this day. Bitcoin, 22,000 barely. It was 21,000 last night. And just moments ago, we're going to talk about Microstrategy and Michael Saylor, who have been liquidated to an extent. Ethereum is $1,100 this morning, off by 36% on the 7-day. How about that number? How about this? XRP is 31 cents, was 29 cents last night, and off by 22.6% on the 7-day as well. Let's look at the range of price, ranging between 29 and 33 cents. It is a bloody Tuesday this morning. I tell you this, know what you hold, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look at some powerful information that's going on that I believe explains why we are currently in the position we're in with crypto right now. Hello, old friend. Retweet if you're not scared. We got quite a few of them. I tell you right now, this is what I remember for a lot of the bear market, which I do not believe we are in right now. I know that sounds really strange because, well, we're falling crazy. Why would you say that, Brad? Well, I say that because I believe there's a different element of what is happening now. I believe this is a watershed moment for cryptocurrency, and I believe that the market will be much healthier when it comes out the other side of this. And by the way, the other side of this is when we come out of here with, at the minimum, stablecoin legislation passed before the end of the year, the way Senator Gillibrand said. Let's start there, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, just to let you know, 100 million XRP transferred from FTX to an unknown wallet, but it doesn't stop there. 50 million XRP transferred from an unknown wallet to Bitso. I see these things, and I have to say to myself that they are contributions, obviously, as it says here, from XRP Crypto Wolf, on-demand liquidity partner Bitso. I see these moves, and I could be wrong, as a participation towards on-demand liquidity, right? That for those things. Remember, as we move through this material, U.S. retailers have been largely bottlenecked and shut off from getting XRP the way we used to. Thank goodness for Uphold, right? Now, with that being said, the large majority of what I see being used here is on-demand liquidity, because I have that rule that I got from Warren Buffett. If retail trading were to shut down today on the asset that you hold, and you and I couldn't buy or sell it anymore, does it still have a use case? And the answer is, for XRP, a resounding yes. And that makes me feel good, especially on days like today. Don't be fooled. This is how you know. The truth is right in front of us. Let's not let fear cloud our vision. This is from Stephen Hubert, who says, due to the difficult market conditions and diminishing returns in the crypto market, hashtag sarcasm, but still real, Ripple has announced that the company needs to hire 300 additional people to drive further, mainly in the area of interbank liquidity. Now think about that. While we're watching this market be flushed out, Ripple is hiring another 300 people for interbank liquidity, or mainly in that area. That's use case. That's on-demand liquidity getting ready to scale again. And this is why I tell you right here, link 2 is where you can get Ripple private equity, ladies and gentlemen. You can click this link on Twitter or the one underneath my video. But the reality is they're running this special till midnight tonight. First-time Link 2 investors receive $1,000 in XRP with any investment with a minimum $5,000 buy-in there. And that is normally a $10,000 minimum. So you're really getting a deal here. Download the app, make your order, complete your accreditation, fund your order. That's all you have to do. It's very, very simple, and the team over there can help you get it done. And while we're looking at what I believe are possibilities and what I believe is a huge problem, it's being felt here from Microstrategy. It's Bitcoin, and they have been liquidated amid a massive Bitcoin sell-off below $21,000 support here. Nearly 103 million worth of Microstrategy's Bitcoin. Now, listen, I want to show you this, and it's not to embarrass Michael Saylor. It's to make a very valid point to all of us retail investors. During the dot-com bubble, and I've covered this a couple years ago, probably a year or two ago, Michael Saylor was, in fact, the biggest loser in the dot-com bubble busting. Don't believe it, it's still true. And again, I'm not saying it to put salt in his wounds this morning. I'm saying it for a very specific reason. He lost $13.53 billion in the dot-com bubble. And you know what the important part is for Michael Saylor? Is that Michael Saylor remained wealthy, even with that happening to him. Will you? It is so very important to understand what we are putting our money into. I'm not suggesting in this moment that Bitcoin can't go to the numbers that you hear people talk about, 100K, 250, $1 million Bitcoin. I don't know. What I'm interested in is, especially in moments like this, watershed moments for cryptocurrency, if all the trading stopped in the secondary market for Bitcoin, would the price continue to still go up? With all the new technology and value protocols that are out here, understanding that proof of work is no longer necessary to run a blockchain, and certainly has been proven by many that it is not truly scalable to a large event. Now, will they find a way to use sustainable energy and use waste to power Bitcoin? I hope so, just for the people that are still holding it. I don't want to see people get wrecked, but I do want to see all of us really become very honest with ourselves and stop being tribalists and maxis and begin to start to have the honest conversation about what it is that these tokens and protocols actually provide. Looking right here is a very, very important thoughts from Brad Garlinghouse on this day. Shout out to you, Brad. Days like today are never what you hope to see, especially in an industry with as much incredible talent as crypto. If you recently joined the industry and haven't seen a downturn like this, know that this too shall pass. Advice from someone who's seen a few downturns over the years. It's never easy, but there are a few key reasons why Ripple has weathered the cyclical bear markets, as we will do here, and continue growing. 1, having an experienced exec team that has been through the dot-com bubble, 2008 financial crisis, 2018 crypto winter, and more. Focusing on the long term, Ripple has been building enterprise products with long-term utility, not speculation. That's what we're talking about here. These are products that solve problems today, not ones in search of problems. That is a key perspective, I believe, right there. FYI, Q2 ODL volume well over $1 billion, already surpassed its target 3 weeks before end of quarter. And that is important to note because it speaks to what I was saying before. That has zero to do with retail. Operating with transparency as a holder of XRP, we believe communication and transparency, including our quarterly market reports, are key to being a responsible stakeholder. We've been asking for regulatory clarity for years and been upfront about what is and isn't working. Paying attention what's happening now is not a small market gyration. We've been preparing for this with a significant cash balance and thus can afford to keep hiring the best talent and goal of 50% outside the United States, which I also believe speaks to the Ripple squeeze play. The bigger and more in demand and established Ripple becomes in the outside of the United States, while this lack of clarity continues here in the U.S., becomes what I believe is an inevitable Ripple squeeze play, where the U.S. has no other option than to deal with the honest understanding that there is use case for XRP as well as Ripple, the company. The market is likely going to shrink in the near term, but I and many others have every ounce of confidence that the crypto will succeed in the future as an integral part of our global financial systems. Slow and steady wins the race. No doubt about it. Such great words in a time like this. And I want to play this clip for you right now where Brad Garlinghouse talks about the SEC versus Ripple and the $100 million spent. Check it out.
2020, big bombshell news. SEC sues Ripple Labs for unregistered securities offering. And you guys have sort of been dealing with that ever since. Here we are 18 months later. There's no resolution to that case. We had a really interesting update with a hearing this week. So I want to ask you about how you're seeing this playing out here in June 2022. I know it's been a while. How's it look?
Look, the headline for me is I feel like it looks good. In large part, I think it's very clear, and the more that has come out, the facts are on our side, and I think it's more and more clear the law is on our side. I think the case, when it first was brought, it was misguided. I frankly, to this day, can't even explain why some of these decisions were made. It's super frustrating, there's no question, and it has been a big distraction for the business. Despite that, the business has grown very quickly. But we have spent, one of the things when this is all said and done, we will have spent over $100 million on legal fees fighting the SEC. And
when this thing is all said and done, we will have spent $100 million on legal fees. Now, I'm not saying that they know it's already over, but what that comment tells me is that there is clearly a projected end to this. Hang on tight. A resolution in this case with clarity will send Ripple XRP to the moon. My digital perspectives, not financial advice. And what an opportunity to get a hold of Ripple equity right now. What's weighing on crypto sentiment today? I'll tell you. And so will Eleanor Terrett. She tells us right here, Celsius Network freezes withdrawals due to extreme market conditions. Crypto.com layoffs, BlockFi layoffs, Binance Bitcoin Network withdrawals down, although back up now. Fed inflation concerns. Absolutely. Well said, Eleanor Terrett. And I'll tell you, when you think of that and that whole what's weighing it down, I think we have to add another caveat that is probably just around the corner, I would imagine. And it is stablecoins, and more than likely USD Tether in the crosshairs of regulators. Watch closely. Look right here. Caitlin Long makes an incredible comment here, and it is worthy of note. Markets are about to learn that being licensed does not mean an intermediary is regulated. Boy, I tell you what a thing to say, Caitlin Long. It is true to the bone. And no one knows it better than anyone holding Ripple equity or XRP tokens. Because we had clarity with FinCEN and we still got sued by the SEC. Registration with FinCEN does not mean intermediary is regulated. Licensing as a lender or money transmitter does not mean it's regulated either, as she shows the license for Celsius Lending. And I believe that this is really what points to regulatory capture. This, I believe, is the regulator, the SEC's Gary Gensler, doing the bidding as alumni for Goldman Sachs, my personal opinion. And he is regulatory captured at the SEC and doing the bidding, going after DeFi. You think it's a mistake that DeFi exchanges and stable coins are on the dinner plate of regulators? How did U.S. Terra collapse? The suggestion has been that Wall Street did it. Where'd Gary Gensler come from? What is Goldman Sachs, ladies and gentlemen, for 500? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that is it, right? So the reality here for me is we are watching the banks. It is their turn, just like it is soon to be our turn for the XRP XLM holders. I really do believe that, because there is obviously, as Eleanor Terrett says here, industry sources with knowledge of the matter tell me the SEC has sent letters to several crypto exchanges inquiring about the lack of insider trading safeguards. Oh, really? How timely is all of this? A great gnashing of teeth is upon this space. Exchanges will be investigated. Some will be sued. Unregulated stablecoins will be wrecked to make way for the legitimate crowning of the USD coin. I believe this is the moment where great fortunes are lost and great wealth is made. Know what you hold out here, ladies and gentlemen. Know what you hold. Because this is Brian Brooks, and listen to what he's got to say right here.
And I've been saying for 2 or 3 years now that in crypto, a lot of the projects you see going on here are going to go to zero. But there are Amazon.coms in there somewhere, right? Things, the major protocol layers, the significant network technologies, those are going to make it out here stronger than ever 2 years from now. But things are going to get shaken out now. The scams, the charlatans, the easy money guys, those people are going to get shaken out in the next 6 months, and you're starting to see that now. And I've been saying for 2 or 3 years now,
ladies and gentlemen, and they'll be stronger. The ones that make it out will be stronger than ever 2 years from now. I believe 2 of those, not financial advice, my digital perspectives, Ripple, XRP, XLM, this is our time. We are the Amazons and Googles that will rise from the ashes like a rising phoenix. Don't believe it. It's still true. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Check out all the links underneath the video. They're great products and services I use each and every day. I Trust Capital is the best crypto, gold, silver IRA on the planet, bar none, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. And you could do that right here at iTrust. Make sure you check them out. Link underneath the video. I'll catch all of you on the next one.